kind you use.
No, whatever kind you use. This is by far the most important ingredient in your hummus. Today we're going to be reviewing Natasha's Kitchen YouTube channel to see if her hummus recipe stacks up. She has about 4 million subscribers, huge channel, so we will see what her audience is receiving as far as hummus advice from the GOAT, from the legend, as I displayed in my recent hummus recipe video. Make sure you check that out. I was born in the Middle East, so I know everything about hummus, right? That's all it takes, being born in the Middle East. So let's hop in, let's check it out. I'll give my rating at the very end.
I'm telling you, once you try homemade hummus, you're not going to want the store-bought stuff again. This recipe is incredible. Check this out.
I like how she pulled down the screen. That was very cool, very interesting.
Hey everybody, it's Natasha of natashaskitchen.com.
Natasha, I think by her last name, she might be Ukrainian, Eastern European. They typically have some good cooks out there.
I'm gonna show you how to make hummus. This recipe is simple to make. It comes together in a food processor and it has simple ingredients. We'll start out with some quick prep. You're gonna need chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans. I have a recipe for homemade chickpeas. These are going to give you the best flavor and texture to your hummus, and they are superior. So if you haven't tried,
they are superior. I don't know about all that, man. It's not that deep. To each their own, especially if you're going to make a lot of hummus, then yeah, it might be easier, I guess. But even then, you just buy more cans. But it's always fun to have things that are fresh, natural.
Tried making them, check out our tutorial. You don't have to pre-wash them, it's very easy. But if you're pressed for time, you can use 2 cans of drained store-bought chickpeas if you really have to. All right, now here's a tip. You don't have to peel your chickpeas to make hummus. It's optional, but if you can get at least some of the peels off, it will give you a silkier, smoother hummus. So when I cook these,
hummus is the right way to say it,
from scratch, I like to overcook them a little bit. You want them to be really soft. And then if you put the cooked chickpeas into,
they should be soft. That is very correct. Good job. Natasha's doing good. She's giving you the options for everything, and she's even giving you the options for the skin. Skin has a lot of fiber. Keep the skin on. It doesn't affect the creaminess if you blend it enough. It's not that deep.
Into some warm water and just rub them together with your hands like this. It loosens up enough of the skins and you can easily fish them out.
I mean, how goofy am I gonna look being in the kitchen going like this, you know, massaging my chickpeas? I can't look that silly, bro. I got street cred to uphold.
Notice the skins just float to the top, so they're easy to collect. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great recipes and tips. All right.
We'll see if I recommend subscribing to her channel. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a powerhouse, you know. I have a fraction of her subscribers, but I'm a freaking powerhouse. Don't get it twisted.
Once you get most of those skins out, you want to toss those. That's what can add that little rough texture to your hummus. And then just drain your chickpeas.
She's cooking with her wedding ring on. Respect that. She's representing her husband being like, I got a man.
All right. Again, totally optional to peel those, but it'll give you the creamiest texture.
It doesn't matter. I made my hummus in the video that I made with the skins. It was extremely creamy. It's not a bit. Dude, that food processor, it processes your chickpeas. Don't get it twisted. Don't worry about it.
All right. A little bit more prep here. Next, you'll need some tahini. And tahini is basically sesame seed paste. It smells a little bit like peanut butter, but it has a little bit more potent flavor. These are the 2 favorites that I like to use, and I will link to these in the recipe.
Trader Joe's, I heard, is pretty good. However, you want to get a tahini that you don't know what the label says. Like, you want it to be Arabic, Israeli, whatever it may be, where you're like, man, I don't even know what this says. And make sure you get that. Don't get no American tahini, bruh. Go on Amazon, go to an international store, put in a little bit of extra work. It has a long shelf life, so you can get like really good tahini, keep it there for whenever you need it.
This one I got online, and this,
she got like an American brand online, one that has English only on the label. She went online and got an English labeled tahini. If you're gonna go online, there's way better options.
This one's Trader Joe's. They're both really good, but whatever kind you use.
No, whatever kind you use. This is by far the most important ingredient in your hummus, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Make sure that you stir it to combine until it's really creamy and smooth. All right, once you've got this stirred together and you can see it's really well blended, super smooth. That's why I love these two brands. You're gonna measure out 2/3 cup of tahini, so you have that ready when you need it. You'll also—
That's a lot of tahini. I'm not even gonna lie, I like that. I like this girl. That was 2/3 of a cup. That looks like way more, which I ain't mad about that. If you've been watching this channel, I'm big on tahini.
6 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I'm using 2 medium lemons, and I do like to squeeze a little bit extra because you can add the lemon juice to taste. Also, go ahead and peel 2
That's a lot of lemon juice. That's good.
large garlic cloves. We're gonna grate that into the hummus. Here's a quick tip. The easiest way to—
2 garlic cloves, yeah, that's fine, depending on how much hummus that she's gonna put in, which it seems like she's gonna put in a good amount, but you don't really wanna taste the garlic too much. If you're gonna make it to taste, some of you Americans watching this, you're gonna think you need to taste the garlic. You don't need to taste the garlic. This isn't a garlic dish.
way to peel those stubborn garlic skins is to cut off the rough ends, then smash them with the side of your knife. The skins should come right off. Making hummus is truly easy, and it just comes together in the bowl of a food.
Dude, using a measuring spoon to put the lemon juice, this is a little too posh. Is the only adjective I can think of right now. Like, just put the freaking lemon juice in, bruh. Like, you don't need to freaking make another dish. Now you gotta clean the measuring spoon. Come on, man.
Food processor. We're gonna start with 5 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Next, add your 2 large garlic cloves and—
This isn't a chemistry class. Like, it's okay. You're not gonna make the dish explode by adding the wrong proportions.
you can finely mince them up, but I like to just grate them right into the bowl.
Why? What do you think? What's the food processor for? You're mincing your garlic into the food processor? That's like me taking a shower before I work out. Like, what's the point? I'm gonna have to shower after. Like, it's just silly.
The garlic gives this great flavor, so make sure you don't skip it. Next, add 1.5 teaspoons of fine sea salt, cover with the lid, and pulse that together to—
You were doing so well. This is too, like, it's OD. It's too much. It's pointless. This isn't a cake. You don't need to do your freaking dry ingredients and then your freaking wet ingredients and then mix it together. It doesn't matter. This is so annoying for me. I don't know why.
to combine. We're gonna let that rest for about 10 minutes for the flavors to—
Letting it rest? Are you letting it like ferment? Like, bro, this isn't like freaking, bread dough.
scrape down the sides of the bowl, then add your 2/3 cup of tahini. Cover that with the lid and blend until the
Just put everything in, but that was a lot of tahini. I like that. I like that.
mixture is thick and smooth. Scrape down the sides of the bowl with the spatula to make sure everything is really well blended. Now with the blender running, we're gonna add 6 to 8
Man, I thought I was adding too many steps when I was making my hummus, but oh my gosh, dude. Just throw everything in and blend the crap out of it.
tablespoons of ice water, adding it 1 tablespoon at a time.
Or put the ice in, but yeah, this is fine.
I like to scrape down the sides of the bowl.
She essentially just made like tahini sauce, which is delicious, by the way. Like, people use it as like toppings for falafel, for whatever dish that they have that's like Middle Eastern.
A couple of times while adding the water to make sure everything is blending together. You can see the mixture is smooth and well combined, and it's time to add the chickpeas.
How many times did she stop and start this for procedural reasons that are not even necessary?
Add your 3 cups of cooked and drained chickpeas.
Okay, 3 cups. That's about 2 cans. So her proportions are pretty good.
And you can add them all at once. I do like to reserve a handful of those chickpeas to garnish the top of the hummus once it's served. Also add 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil and 1/2 teaspoon of
Olive oil is never bad, but it's fine.
ground cumin.
Cumin is optional. Even garlic is optional.
Close the lid and blend until everything is completely smooth and creamy. This takes about 5 minutes.
I just check after 5 minutes to see where I'm at, but it could be longer, it could be shorter, depending on how many garbanzo beans you put in, how few you put in, and how many other ingredients you like. That's what I love about hummus. Everybody has their own kind of recipe, but there is tried and true things that you should be doing, and she's doing a pretty good job.
Scrape down the bowl as needed to make sure everything is blending really well. And if the mixture seems too thick, you can
That looked pretty good.
add more ice water 1 tablespoon at a time. Once you have the right consistency, it's important to taste test. At this point, you can add more lemon juice, salt, or cumin to taste.
Tasting as you go. Good job, my girl Natasha. Good job. You're doing a lot of good things.
I ended up adding that last tablespoon of lemon juice to make it a little more vibrant.
Oh yes. Who's excited? And check out this texture. This is so just silky smooth and creamy. It is perfect. And
That looks pretty freaking good, man.
it's time to serve it up. So let me show you how I love to serve it. All right, just grab a serving dish. All right, we're gonna get that blade out of there and get every last drop of hummus because this stuff is good.
Hummus.
And just transfer it to your serving bowl. And just look at that texture.
It's not too thick. It's not too runny.
Okay, and I have learned that the best way to enjoy hummus is fresh like this, while it's still a little bit warm because it is super
I mean, what is not good fresh rather than like kept, you know?
creamy right now. But we can't forget the toppings because those take this to the next level. So what I like to do is drizzle some extra virgin olive oil all over the top and be generous.
Yeah, people top with olive oil. That's why you don't need that much inside of it, man.
Then don't forget to add those reserved bit of chickpeas that we saved because they make a great garnish. Also, sprinkle on some paprika and just add that.
I like a lot of paprika personally, a lot.
And last but not least, to give it that beautiful pop of color and flavor, I do like to add some fresh chopped parsley. All right, I would say that is pretty picture perfect right there. We're gonna go right into this taste test because I cannot wait any longer. I've been craving hummus, and seriously, once you try homemade, you really won't want the store-bought stuff anymore. There's just no comparison. Fresh is amazing, or that's how I.
Honestly, if you buy and you like the hummus from the stores in America, if you're American and you make it on your own, you will not be able to eat the hummus from the stores ever again. I like dipping pickles in my hummus. I like using little pieces of onion to dip in my hummus, keep it low carb. I mean, you know, I'm on a diet, man. I gotta lose weight, man. I gotta be cut up. You'll see me cut up in the next year. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually fairly impressed. I'm probably gonna grade this at a A-. I know what you're thinking, Yoel, you're softening up, you're getting soft out here. No, I think that that was a pretty good hummus. All right, guys, subscribe to her channel. She has a huge following for a reason, putting out really good recipes. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like. I'm out. Peace.